How do you wrap up The Flash in a quick phrase?
Latex.
Want to see me run to that mountain and back? You want to see me do it again?
Hello, everybody. Welcome again to Keystone Film Review. We just saw The Flash, directed by Andy Muschietti. I believe that's his name. Written by Christina Hodson, based on characters by Joby Harold, starring Ezra Miller, Michael Keaton, Sasha Calle, Ben Affleck, Ben Hoofleck, Michael Shannon. We know who Michael Shannon is. Ron Livingston and others. Kiersey Clemens is in there. Saoirse Monica Jackson's in there. Mary Belverdu is in there. Plenty of people in this. So this, of course, is probably it's the penultimate movie from of DC before James Gunn officially took over.
Before their revamp.
Yes. And so this movie is gonna probably have no effect on anything moving forward.
Yeah.
So why did we watch it? 'Cause it's out.
That is true.
Yes. And I wanted to see The Blackening, but Glen was just like, we should probably see The Flash.
Yeah, there was a bit of me that had some intrigue on what they were going to do.
Yeah.
And considering moving forward, obviously, like we just said, James Gunn's going to be taking over, starting with his Superman movie, I think in 2025. But I wanted to see what they were going to do to maybe get to that, or if this was going to do nothing, and it was just going to hard-cut revamp from there.
Yeah, it's hard-cutting revamp.
It is hard-cut.
Presumably. Disclaimer, as always with superhero movies, neither of us are really big superhero fans. He's more of a Marvel guy than anything. I don't care about either.
Both, but the state of both film franchises right now never had me happier to not be as much of a fan.
Yes. I'm pretty much only a fan of Batman, and only when it's not involved with the rest of the DCU.
Mm-hmm.
I like it to be standalone. I like all my superhero movies to be standalone. It gets too annoying when it's just fan service after fan service after fan service. So if you like DC, you like the Snyder universe and all that, I'm glad. I'm happy for you.
You're going to probably hate us.
You're not going to like what we have to say, so if you don't want to hear an outsider's perspective, I understand. Click off right now. We're not trying to change your mind. We're just giving our thoughts here. Mm-hmm. My initial thought is, I have never seen a studio that destroyed one movie, Batgirl, and then defended another movie that ended up being such dog shit.
It's true.
This movie was not good.
Although the whole studio...
For non-Snyderverse fans, of course, if you are a fan of the Snyderverse, you're probably going to love it. Happy for you. Mm-hmm. But if you don't care, if you're not a huge fan of anything within the DCU other than like the Batman standalones, then it's dog shit. It's dog shit. It's dog shit. The CGI is dog shit. If you're worried about deep fakes, this movie's going to make you not worried about deep fakes because they all look like dog shit.
They all look terrible.
They look so bad. Like the 70s Parent Trap looked better than this did. How did we decline? Oh, there's cars over there. How did we decline as a film society from the 70s Parent Trap when you have the same actor playing two characters in one shot? How? I don't understand it. Anyway, Glenn, I need to calm down.
Yeah, so this studio was out for the Snyderverse from the first movie, really. They've been holding it back for almost every twist and turn.
Mm-hmm. Probably would have been good if they didn't.
Oh my God!
Back.
If Snyder
but we don't know.
would have had his, if Snyder would have had his 100%, maybe not 100%, maybe like 90, even maybe 70% of his vision, we probably would have had one of the best franchises as far as superhero movies go. Mm-hmm. But it was being held back the whole time, and they just kept going, and I don't know why they kept going, and I wish they went back in time and said, Barry, wait, who's Barry? Don't make the Flash movie. Never mind, fuck it. Just kept going, because this was a disaster for the most part. Because, I mean, let alone this movie was in writer's hell for God knows how long, just movie hell for producing it. and Ezra Miller and all the other things, the Snyderverse being canceled, and just absolute limbo for this movie.
Yeah.
They salvaged it. They did.
Yeah.
They did for how long it was in limbo. They did salvage it. For the most part, it was okay for what it was salvaged from, but overall, it was so abysmal. Especially the CGI was, I think, easily the worst part.
Honestly, I'm not even mad at like the story or the acting or the writing. I didn't like it, but I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
What makes me so mad is that we are in 2023, and yet all of the CGI in this, if you told me it was made in 2002 with, when they made The Rock in the Scorpion King, that in The Mummy Returns, that infamously bad CGI, I would be like, yeah. And then they just reuse that stuff now, today. They haven't touched it since 2002. It is that bad. It is such bad CGI that it makes me angry.
You know, it's funny. I was there. I can say that happened.
If you are going to do a movie that is like 90% CGI, they have scenes in CGI where, like, first of all, there's deep fakes on Ezra Miller when he's the only person on screen. They're the only person on screen. Excuse me for using the wrong pronouns. When they're on screen, they're deep faked and they're the only one on screen. Why? Maybe it was reshoots when they had that legal trouble. I don't know. It's unacceptable for a $100+ million movie when you're only using CGI for the most part. There's one scene where Michael Shannon is just the only person on screen, and he's completely CGI. Why? He's standing there. He's not doing anything. Why is he CGI? It has gone too far with how much CGI is used in these superhero movies, and it takes me out of it so much. I might actually enjoy these more if I wasn't reminded that I was watching a a movie, every 5 seconds. Anyway, the story is okay.
The story
the writing's bad, but
again,
it's not
what
good.
they salvaged was acceptable.
Yeah.
A lot of the jokes didn't land. Some of them, like Mike turned to me and said, a lot of these jokes are fucking stupid, but they're so stupid they make me laugh.
Yes. Which is saying, I mean, that if you're gonna make me laugh with stupidity,
Yeah.
you better make me laugh with stupidity, and they did. So maybe that was their intention. If they were trying to be cool or edgy, it didn't work. It was just so stupid. And I don't know enough about The Flash. From what I hear, it probably is meant to be that way, but it was very stupid. But yeah, Ezra Miller, they did a great job for what they had. I know that Ezra can act, like Perks of Being a Wallflower and other movies before they signed on to be the Flash. But this is just a complete waste of everyone's talents involved, including the 70 million whatever CGI studios they used, which probably didn't help the quality of the CGI.
Yep.
And it's just, that's the biggest thing. I'm gonna stop talking about the CGI after this, but that's the biggest thing, is how bad the CGI is in this.
I'm curious how much they paid Michael Keaton to come back as Batman.
I hope a lot. I hope it made
had to
bank.
have been a lot.
Yeah.
So some positives. I liked when Barry got serious and didn't come off as like super ADHD and just like, no offense to anybody with ADHD, but it was like super hyper fixated and just making jokes that didn't ever land. When he became more serious, he became more of like the character that I would actually see more as Barry Allen, and I liked that a lot. I liked Michael Keaton. Of course, this movie's gonna bank on nostalgia.
It did so much.
I really liked Kara, the Supergirl.
Yeah, Sasha Calle.
I really liked her in her sequences. They did something with her that was just didn't make sense. I'll have to tell Mike off camera if he cares.
Well, they did a lot in this. This movie contradicts itself so many times.
Yeah.
Which it's fine. Like when you're trying to use the intricacies of time travel theory and everything within a superhero movie, you're gonna have some inconsistencies.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't have been as obvious as it was.
Because we're like, so if that happened, this is not gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so that's impossible in the rules that you created.
We turned to each other at least I believe 5 or 6 times at the minimum of so they did that, and that's not.
Yeah.
I guess it's just letting its audience know that turn off brain, just let it happen.
Yeah, which is fine.
Which is
I wish they didn't try to bring in like super complex time travel multiverse theories into it. If you want us to turn off our brains, don't bring in science that is actually, scientific theory that is actually exists. Not that obviously it hasn't been proven or anything, but like these are real theories that I've heard in other things that aren't just the Flash movie.
Another positive is I really like the fight sequence at the end with the 2 berries. That was really cool. There was like a music video part.
Had a lot of great music in it.
Yeah.
25 or 8 to 4 by Chicago. Chef's kiss.
Chefy kiss. But overall, it was just heavy-handed with a lot of time travel multiverse bullshit. And there's one little plot point where they don't look into it at all. Like, they do this whole thing around this one plot point, but they don't look into how this one thing happened, and that annoyed the fuck out of me.
You're gonna have to tell me after we record. Yeah.
Nobody looked. That thing I just told Mike that you didn't hear. Nobody looked into that at all, and it didn't bring it up in the post-credit or anything. So like we just watched this whole movie about this thing that didn't. Okay. What I'm most excited for at the end of the day is that I'm hoping moving forward with James Gunn is that we do not get any more multiverse shit, and that we just get movies catered to the characters, and that they stay at least somewhat true to their storylines and yada yada.
I honestly have hope that DC is going to be more successful moving forward than Marvel, because Marvel has written themselves in a corner where they're going to have to do multiverse for a long time, which is going to make it boring and annoying, because it's already boring and annoying.
I hope they learn their lesson from holding Snyder back as hard as they did.
Are you kidding me?
Huh?
I don't think they did.
Well, I think it was both. I think it was both a lot.
Both what?
Snyder and Warner Brothers.
Well, yeah, it was both, but
I
don't think they learned a thing, because they're
no.
rich people. Rich people don't learn things.
Well, hopefully James Gunn can manifest something that would bring me back to being a comic book movie fan again.
Yeah,
because Marvel's ruined it at this point. DC ruined it a long time ago.
Yeah. At this point, I'm only excited for the Robert Pattinson Batman series.
Yeah.
I hope that continues. And a little bit the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. A little bit.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good one-and-done movie and not need to do more, but...
It'll be really interesting to see Aquaman 2 here soon, considering I still haven't seen the first Aquaman.
It's not good.
And apparently, that's, I think, going to be the last movie before the revamp.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
but as far as The Flash goes... What did we think?
So as hard as I went, that was really only on the CGI, which is a studio problem. It's not an Andy Muschietti. It's not a him problem. It's not a writing problem. That is strictly the studio, which we knew was in financial trouble, being like, we're not gonna make this look good. The Rock in The Mummy Returns in 2002 or whatever year that came out. We want that.
Just go that hard.
And it's essentially what they did. But like the other than the CGI, and again, the CGI artists are not to blame either. They were given...
It was probably time crunch.
Crunch and money crunch.
Yep.
I know everyone that worked on that movie is better than that movie represents. I know they're probably all like this right now. Because anytime you see bad CGI, there's 100 CGI artists just going like this. Because they know they can do better, but they weren't given the resources.
Yeah.
Story-wise, meh. Acting-wise, meh. And action sequences, pretty good. I enjoyed it, I guess, but it made me angry, if that makes sense. I let him do the talking because I'm just fixated. I'm hyper fixated on the CGI right now, but I'm going to give it 2.5. Sorry, I kind of ranted there.
It's fine. I'm giving it a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I sit down and talk or like think about it more, there's probably more I'd have to say versus bad CGI, bad this, bad that. It did have positives, but
It was very cringeworthy a lot.
It was very cringeworthy. I'm not giving this a higher score than Transformers 7.
I am, but only because I was bored by Transformers, whereas this, I wasn't. My heart wants me to give it like a 1 for the CGI, but I'm not going to blame everyone else on the CGI when that's just the studio's fault.
It had potential to be 2.5 for me, but
Yeah.
there's too many flaws outweighing that 0.5.
Yeah. Fuck Warner Brothers. Pay your writers, pay your CGI artists, pay your directors, pay everyone, because you don't do shit for these movies.
Pay us.
Pay us.
We just talk shit, but pay
us. That's $100, please. No, but yeah. That's really all I gotta say.
Yeah.
So, if you saw The Flash and you don't hate us for our opinions on this, what did you think of The Flash down below? Of course, if you loved it, I'm so happy. I don't really want to change anyone's opinion by this, because that's just a dick move.
Keep your own opinion.
I just have my own opinions, but you should make your own. Let us know your thoughts down below. Who's your favorite Batman? That's a question that you can also put down below.
Yeah.
Mine, I don't really have one. I'm between Michael Keaton and Christian Bale.
My favorite, if he got his own fucking movie, would have been Ben Affleck.
Not me.
I think he had a lot of potential and didn't get it. And the last 2 iterations of him have not been great either. But
that's because he fell out of love with
that. Batman versus Superman, Bruce Wayne / Batman was fucking sick.
I disagree, but that's just me.
See? He's got his own opinion.
I've
got mine too. Stay cute.
Smooches.
I'll kiss you on the lips if you're consenting to it.
Yes. Pay your CGI artists!
That was too funny.